Hello everyone, back to today's first video, doing European Outlook for today's first video. So as always on a Thursday, we have a look at the weather for next week to 10 days in detail for Northern Europe, and I shall get on with that for you very shortly. Just say that coming up later on today, we're going to have a 10 to 14 day video update. That will include all of the regular features, and tonight I'm going to update Snowwatch actually this evening. So yeah, busy old day of content coming up today. Please like all the videos and let us know in the comments what you think about these videos, and make sure you subscribe to our channel. These European Outlooks are YouTube exclusives, by the way. So TVs, you will need to be subscribed to our YouTube channel. Click the bell notification icon thing, and that will let you know when we release these videos, or YouTube will let you know when we release these videos every Thursday. This is back, of course, after a break over Christmas, so it's the first one of these that we've done for a couple of weeks. Right, let's get on with it then. We're going to start off with the situation today, Thursday, 7th of January. So we've got high pressure sitting out in the North Atlantic, still pulling in these cold northerly winds into much of northern and western Europe. We still have a ridge into Scandinavia as well from the Siberian high. So the basic setup is still that we left off with before Christmas, really, with blocking in the North Atlantic and a ridge from the Siberian high into Scandinavia, and that's pushing the jet stream and these troughs of low pressure southwards across much of Europe, which means that most of Europe is cold at the moment. So even down into the far south of Europe, into southern Europe, right through the South Mediterranean, even there it's colder than average. And you really have to go to the extreme southeastern corner of Europe, like Greece and towards Turkey, to find anything that is considerably warmer than average. Most parts of Europe are looking cold, particularly so across northern Europe. We have, of course, got very cold air in across Scandinavia. There's a lot of dry weather, of course, with this cold weather. So if it's cold, it tends to be reasonably dry. But of course, most precipitation that's falling across much of central and northern Europe will be falling as snow. We've got some heavy showers and thunderstorms running through southern parts of the Mediterranean. There's a band of rain, sleet and snow pushing southwards across the UK and Ireland as well today. So it is cold. I mean, it's bitterly cold across Scandinavia and back into Western Europe. Temperatures well below freezing up there. Let's pull this out a bit so you can see the temperature scale. So well below freezing, much of northern, northeastern Europe. But most parts of Europe actually are seeing temperatures struggling to get much above freezing. So it is a cold sea. Just in this extreme southeastern corner, but it is quite a lot milder. Through into tomorrow, we're going to find again high pressure out to west, still keeping wind in from a cold north-northeast direction across most parts of Europe. Got low pressure developing down towards North Africa and southern parts of Spain. That's trying to bring some warmer air out of Africa into southern parts of the Mediterranean, but will probably feel heavy rain. And as that pushes northwards, that might turn to snow as it moves into northern parts of Spain and heads up towards the Pyrenees. Most parts of Europe, though, just being cold and very cold up across Scandinavia as well. There's that precipitation down across Spain, heavy rain and thunderstorms for southern parts of Spain, but as I say, as that pushes northwards in towards northern Spain, that could well turn to significant snow, particularly over mountainous areas. Some snow over across eastern parts of Europe as well. Heading northwards, I think we're looking at a lot of dry weather. There will be snow showers and snow flurries around, but quite a lot of dry weather for northern, central and western Europe. But it will be very cold. Look at these temperatures. I mean, we're talking about really cold temperatures for many parts of Europe. Again, just this extreme southeastern corner of the Mediterranean is it milder, but most parts of Europe are looking cold, and particularly so across northern Europe, where it does look bitterly cold there, with temperatures by day and night well into minus double digits and extending over into western parts and northwestern parts of Russia as well. Europe has been well and truly plunged into cold weather. Saturday sees high pressure begin to slip southwards a little bit in towards Ireland and the UK, starting to allow something slightly milder in towards Scotland. Deep low pressure in the North Sea will be threatening some heavy snow in towards Norway. This area of low pressure here down across southern parts of Europe, that could bring heavy rain and thunderstorms. And it still is pretty cold across most parts of Europe on Saturday. Again, many parts of Europe are looking cold now. If you're doing the extreme south and southeast, it is warmer through there. Precipitation wise, we've got outbreaks of rain and or snow across Spain, some heavy showers extending in towards the central bowl of the Med over towards Italy. Again, there could be snow mixing across northern parts of Italy and then that extends over the Adriatic to southeast parts of Europe as well. Otherwise, lots of dry weather until we come up to some snow flurries in the far northeast, and this band of snow will be moving in from the Norwegian Sea in towards Norway by the end of the day. It'll have a really cold day with temperatures across much of northern Europe well below freezing day and night, and really starting to get much above freezing across the vast majority of Europe actually on Saturday. Again, just in this extreme southeastern corner does it look quite a bit milder. Look how cold it is across northern parts of Spain. We often think of Spain as being a really warm country, but at this time of year it can get very, very cold and snowy across the northern parts of Spain anyway. This is how Sunday looks. So again, slightly milder weather, just beginning to come around the top of high pressure into the far northwest of Europe. This low pressure will bring heavy snow in towards Norway. Got low pressure through the Mediterranean. That will bring increasing risk of heavy showers and thunderstorms. Then a ridge through the central and eastern parts of Europe should keep things mostly dry there. Upper air temperatures just begin to get a little bit less cold across the west of Europe, particularly the northwest, although Scandinavia still looks very cold, bitterly cold up there. And many central and eastern parts of Europe are looking cold as well. Conversely, though, it is getting quite warm, very warm upper air temperatures coming out of Africa into southern Italy and into southeastern parts of the Mediterranean. The dividing line between the cold air across most of Europe and those very warm upper air temperatures in the far southeast is going to produce heavy rain and or snow through the central part of the Mediterranean all the way over towards Ukraine and the Black Sea. Snow moving in towards Norway, band of rain heading in towards Scotland on Sunday. Otherwise, see a lot of dry weather from Spain all the way up towards Russia on Sunday. Going to be very cold through most parts of Europe, temperatures staying below freezing all day, especially so across Scandinavia and eastern and northeast parts of Europe, well below freezing through there. Most other areas are light, straight to get much above freezing, but the southeastern corner of the Mediterranean will actually be very mild or even quite warm, with temperatures possibly going up to around 16 to 20 degrees perhaps through parts of Greece. So a little taste of summer maybe in that extreme southeastern corner of the Med. Through to Monday, milder winds coming in off the Atlantic now, so high pressure continues to slip southwards, so it is beginning to turn milder the island of the UK, although this is a cold trough low pressure over Scandinavia that will bring further spells of the snow through there. Southern Europe still looking unsettled. Upper air temperatures show that the coldest upper air temperatures are retreating back up towards Scandinavia and northeast Europe. Also, this extreme southeastern corner looks a lot warmer still with the air coming out of Africa. Otherwise, just a very, very slow and gradual lift up in the temperature beginning to take place perhaps by the early part of next week. So in terms of the upper air temperatures, snow from Norway over towards Sweden and down into Finland as well, and then over towards the Baltic states, so there will be snow through there. Outbreaks of rain through Scotland and Ireland perhaps, and a lot of dry weather from Spain and Portugal all the way up to western Russia. When in the southeastern corner we will have outbreaks of rain which will turn to snow the further north you go. Another cold day for most parts of Europe again, particularly from Spain up towards Russia. Bitterly cold, temperatures staying below freezing all day. Beginning to get a little bit less cold for Ireland and the UK. Temperatures begin to just lift up ever so slightly there. The warmest temperatures again will be in the southeastern part of the Mediterranean, especially so for Greece. Tuesday, we'll find high pressure beginning to try and reach back in across the west of Europe. Still, this cold trough sits over Scandinavia. We're beginning to lose low pressure down across southern parts of Europe as well. So the cold air beginning to come back a little bit in towards the northern parts of the British Isles, and still staying cold across the Scandinavia over towards western Russia. Otherwise, most other parts of Europe look very, very chilly. The far southeastern corner will have warm upper air temperatures though. That's how precipitation looks. So, yeah, we're going to be seeing some rain moving across northern parts of France. That might turn to snow as it bumps into the cold air across the Low Countries and up in towards Germany. Significant snow possible for Denmark, northern Germany, into southern parts of Sweden and into perhaps southern Finland. Just generally quite unsettled across Scandinavia with snow through there. British Isles and Ireland, reasonable amount of dry weather, but probably getting a little bit colder through there. And then we have some heavy showers and thunderstorms down across North Africa, some parts of the Med, and particularly so in this southeastern corner of the Mediterranean on Tuesday. Still cold through many places, maybe not quite as cold as it has been across the west of Europe, but nevertheless still pretty cold, especially from Spain up towards Russia. Look how deep the cold pool is across western Russia and in Scandinavia as well. Warmest temperatures remain locked in that southeastern corner of the Med. Wednesday, we'll start to see something a little bit milder coming back in towards the UK from the Atlantic. Still looking cold with this trough low pressure over Scandinavia. The mild air never gets into Scandinavia, so you remain locked into cold weather up there. Probably getting a little bit milder across parts of France, Spain and Portugal, perhaps with this ridge. Central and east parts of Europe, though, looking quite cold. Upper air temperatures look like that, so still bitterly cold through many parts of Scandinavia. Generally quite a cold scene, really from Germany right way over towards western parts of Russia. As I say, the west of Europe is beginning to get a little bit milder, though, by middle of next week. Band of heavy rain moving in towards Ireland and the UK as well. That could bring significant wet weather. Also some very heavy rain around Black Sea. And of course that will turn to snow as it pushes northwards into southern parts of Russia. Snow flurries and outbreaks of snow through the central eastern parts of Europe. But the emphasis is still really for much of northern Europe on dry and cold weather. Down to Mediterranean, some heavy showers and thunderstorms breaking out through a central bowl of the Med, although Spain and Portugal looking mostly dry. Getting a little bit less cold in the west of Europe, with temperatures about 50 up into mid to upper single digits. But really from like Germany eastwards and northwards, it is cold, and particularly so for northern and eastern parts of Europe, where it will be bitterly cold with sub-zero temperatures. Thursday, again, we're trying to bring in some milder air from off the Atlantic, but northern Europe remains stuck under very cold conditions up there. Upper air temperatures show that the cold upper air temperatures are retreating a little bit from the west of Europe, so it is getting milder out in the west, UK, Ireland, France, Spain, Portugal, Belgium, Holland, Netherlands, and even into west parts of Germany being turned a little bit milder by Thursday. But northern and eastern parts of Europe remain locked into very cold conditions. Precipitation-wise, outbreaks of rain coming into the west. Some of that will turn to snow, particularly as it moves in towards Germany. Hits that cold air. Scandinavia remains bitterly cold, so any precipitation falling there is going to be of snow, of course. Snow down the eastern side of Europe, and then most parts of the Mediterranean looking mainly dry, actually, by Thursday. Temperature-wise, yes, it's getting a little bit milder out into the western part of Europe. It takes a while to warm things up after it's been cold for 2 or 3 weeks, but gradually it is turning milder in western Europe. But from like eastern France and Germany eastwards, still bitterly cold, especially so for northern and eastern parts of Europe. Much of the Mediterranean, probably close to average with their temperatures. I'll just run you on to day 10. So this is Friday. Bitterly cold air remains with its trough low pressure in the north and northeast Europe. This little low will dive southwards, and a ridge will build behind it, turning the wind into the north, so it turns drier and colder as we go into like the following weekend, which is 16th, 17th of January across the west of Europe. By day 10, which is the 17th of January, that's how we look. So still bitterly cold in the north and the northeast of Europe. This ridge of high pressure will bring a lot of dry weather to many central, southern and western parts of Europe, and then this low pressure out in the Atlantic will possibly start to bring some milder air and rain back in towards Ireland and the UK. Right, that's it, mate. If you enjoyed this Europe, so it's a very cold week coming up for much of Europe, but gradually getting milder in the west, and those milder conditions slowly beginning to inch their way eastwards into other parts of Europe. If you enjoyed this European outlook, then please can you let us know in the comments what you think. Make sure you click like, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel. We'll be back later on with your 10 to 14 day video update, which will include all the regular features, and I'm going to have Snow Watch for you this evening. For European Outlook, though, that's all for now, and thanks for watching.